Sun Tzu's classic book on military strategy, The Art of War, provides a valuable lesson in regard to business strategy today. Sun Tzu writes, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle." This basic strategic idea was echoed decades later when Bruce Pandolfini, the famed chess master, was interviewed by Fast Company magazine. In that interview, he noted he considered the two most important forms of intelligence to be the ability to read other people and the ability to understand oneself. Pandolfini argued that those two kinds of intelligence will help individuals succeed in both chess and life. I'm sure Sun Tzu would agree. And this idea of knowing yourself and knowing your enemy is very applicable to understanding business strategy. For example, we'll explore a number of frameworks to analyze firms and their competitive environment in this class. One of the simplest frameworks, SWOT Analysis, is nearly a direct application of Sun Tzu's wisdom. SWOT Analysis encourages firms to examine elements internal to the firm, their strengths and weaknesses, in the context of the opportunities and threats that are external to the firm and part of their competitive environment. We'll also explore PESTEL Analysis, a tool for examining different factors and trends in the external environment. Exploring political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors help strategists to keep their eye on a broad array of trends and challenges in society that impact industries and business. For example, the increase in college students as part of Generation Y, a social trend that could be tracked through demographic data, has encouraged stores such as Target to establish entire lines that cater to dorm room apparel and decoration. So the point of PESTEL analysis is to be aware of general trends in the environment that might have implications for specific firms. Porter's 5 Forces is a framework developed to help managers understand why some industries tend to be more profitable than others. Research in strategic management has consistently found that the industry where the firm operates is the single most important factor in determining the performance of a particular firm. For example, why do firms in energy tend to thrive, while members of the airline industry often struggle? This framework will aid in understanding why some industries outperform others, and that knowledge is a critical part of understanding strategic management. We will also explore elements that differentiate some firms from others. For example, we will explore generic business strategies, the recipes used by firms relevant to their competitive scope and focus on either cost or differentiation. Understanding business level strategy helps a firm better know themselves, and that knowing impacts the decisions managers make in the strategic operations of the firm. We'll also explore the importance of unique firm resources, and you will learn tools that help organizations examine their unique resources and add value to what they do when compared to competitors. For example, digesting the material on the value chain framework will help you understand how companies in Oklahoma City such as Kitchen 324 have developed unique donuts such as their Joe Nut that are so compelling that folks like myself will regularly make the trip to get one of their gourmet donut-inspired creations. The strategies of many firms emerge over time. For example, the longest operating business in Oklahoma is Ishan's Bar, a restaurant known for their fried chicken. They began as a territorial saloon created by Ed Ishan in 1896. Some businesses have seen even more dramatic change over time. ESPN was once an outlet that focused on regional teams in the state of Connecticut. Avon was inspired by a gimmick of aspiring writer David McConnell, who gave out perfume with the books he sold. So managers should always be on the lookout for new opportunities that might change the course of their firm, and by knowing themselves and their competitors, they can leverage the advice of Sun Tzu to emerge victorious on the competitive battlefield. We conclude by discussing how strategy can help you personally manage your work and career goals. So my hope is that you will be able to follow in the tradition of Sun Tzu as you work to master knowledge of strategic management.